Gosh. So, see, it doesn't do any good to just focus on only positive and benefits and all that. There needs to be balance. Yeah, we talk about the benefits, physical benefits, spiritual benefits, but we also got to talk about the pitfalls and the traps and the things that keep us stuck. Otherwise, these so-called benefits, they're not going to last. And we want to dissolve, be free of the things that you can say chain us down, that keep us hostage, that we're not aware of. Maybe we have some subtle awareness of it, but we're not fully aware. So then God has people share these things so that then we become more aware, because we need to hear this over and over and over again, because the negative patterns and conditioning that the majority of the collective society demonstrates, it keeps us stuck. It aligns with false beliefs and negative habitual patterns that keep us low and small and sick. So we need to go the other way. We got to listen to things that are speaking truth, and that doesn't always feel good. So I think some people, maybe they get uncomfortable. If I only talked benefits and female attraction and put pretty girls on the thumbnail, I think I'd get a lot more views, but I wouldn't be serving you. I'm here to serve you. I'm not here to get views. Views come automatically. It's about quality, not quantity. So what's the subject? Being obsessed with physical like bodily attraction. How many of us look in the mirror all the time? See, we got to check this. How obsessed are we with how we look? And how much time do we spend trying to figure out how we look? I made a video at the beginning, something like I don't know. I changed the title. I can't remember, but a similar video. But I made it like 9 months ago, so I didn't have much traction, and I don't think many people saw it. But I described it's like I had OCD, like as a teen in my 20s. I was so like obsessed with how I looked. That's all I thought about. I would get into car accidents because I'd look in the rear view mirror too much, checking out how I look. Like, I'm not exaggerating. I had a studio apartment in Los Angeles, and I bought a huge mirror that covered the whole side of my apartment inside. I remember, because I was an actor, I was so obsessed with how I look, I hired an image consultant. She's supposed to tell you like how to look good, because I didn't know how. I was like, how should I have my hair? How should I have my dress? And like, what clothes? What colors? Should they be tight fitting? Should they be a little loose? What kind of shoes? Should I wear boots? All this stuff. So I'm like, I need to hire an image consultant. So I did that, and I remember she came over and she saw this huge mirror in my room. She's like, oh my God, I couldn't live here. She just couldn't stop looking at herself. And I'm like, yeah, that's the point. That's why I bought it. I want to look at myself. I'd wake up in the middle of the night and start pacing back and forth in front of that mirror trying to check how I look. But then I couldn't. I was so tired. I mean, how do you know how you don't look good anyway because you're tired. And number two, you're stuck in this trance. You can't, how are you going to see anything objectively? Because you never look good enough according to your mind. Not on that level. When we're on that superficial level trying to like only figure out how we look physically, we're never going to be satisfied because we're physically imperfect. Take the best looking girl or guy, and if you stare at them long enough, you'll find something wrong. We all have imperfections. And when we're stuck in that loop of really just being obsessed with the physical dimension, trying to figure out how we look, by default, we're going to pick up on all the imperfections, and we're going to focus on that, and we're going to try to figure out how do you make them go away. Ooh, I have muscles here in my shoulders, but maybe my pecs are small, or vice versa. Ooh, I got to figure that out. And then the debaucherous diet I had, just in the name of getting more buff, because it's like we don't all have the same frame. Some of us are born with a larger frame, some medium frame, some small frame, some small, medium, large. So then we look at these pictures in the magazines, we're like, oh, we want to be like that. But we have different frames, different muscle fibers, different everything. You see? We're never going to make it. Some people want to lose weight. Some want to gain weight. We got to get out of that dimension. But maybe we have to suffer it for a little while before we feel motivated to get out of it, you know. So I know all about this. I know all about being obsessed with female attraction and also my own physical attraction. That's done today. That is done. When that's done, when we start to, that's why I can't leave the practice out of it, because it's so important. When we start to come in, when we start to realize who we are beyond this body, which isn't a form, but it's recognized. There's some nice, just kind of quiet, balanced, like, feeling of presence or existence. Like that survives the body's death. That's who we are. That's here right now, but nobody focuses on it. They focus on this car that we're driving. It's like if you have a car and that's all you focus on. You buy a new Ferrari and that's all you forget to eat, sleep, or anything. You're worried about the car. You're polishing the car all the time, washing the car, checking out how other people see the car, you know, comparing yourself with other cars. You think you're the car. It's the same thing. Most people think they're this body and they're just totally obsessed with it. And it doesn't bring happiness. It brings short-lived hits of euphoria when we get some attention, or when we look in the mirror and we're like, oh yeah, I'm gaining something. But that ends. So we gotta overcome that. When we suffer that enough, we're motivated to try to overcome it. And then we start to realize this, well, we end up finding a spiritual practice or attracting a spiritual teacher or something. We just want to know, like, what's life about? Because it can't be about this superficial level that I've been living on my whole life. Something inside awakens, this higher tendency and desire to go deeper, you know. And so then we start that, and then when we get content inside, it's not possible. You forget how you look. You forget to, you keep your body clean, and yeah, you trim things, and you know, but you're not thinking about it. It's just something that naturally happens. And then you figure out if you're supposed to have longer hair or medium hair or short hair. You figure out what clothes to wear, what feels good, the colors. There's an inner sense. Can't hire a shopping assistant to do that. So this is the goal, because this is real freedom. This is real freedom. And this is a real woman is attracted to a man. What is masculinity? It's stability. It's access. It's like the Shiva Lingam, if anybody saw that. That represents and symbolizes steadiness. This is what masculine energy is. You can look like the elephant man, but if you have that level of stability, a real woman's going to be attracted to that. Even the superficial girls are going to be attracted to that, but they can't, they're so obsessed also with superficial levels that they can't really allow themselves to explore that attraction. You know, they're more attracted to the car, physical car, and also the bodily car. And so those people who are on that level, you're going to find each other. But those who are more authentic, those who are, you can say, are more evolved spiritually, you're going to attract each other. And then the good girls are better. The good guys are better too, you know. There's less drama. When you're stuck in superficial level, there's just way too much drama, man. Because that level, nothing ever works, and there's always problems, and there's imperfections, and everybody focuses on the imperfections and trying to get their needs met and their expectations and their projections, and they don't realize their projections or expectations are all grounded and housed in superficiality. So how are they going to get met? And the other person's doing the same thing, and selfishness and self-centeredness is the core of that. It's like, I want you to fulfill my expectations and be who I want you to be, but I don't care about being the fitting into the projection you have of me. And so then there's controversy and drama, and then the relationship ends. They say, oh, that person's no good. Let me find another one. But if you didn't change inside, if you're still on that level, you're going to find the same person. They're going to be wearing a different face and body, but you're going to find the same person. And then the drama plays out again until we suffer. That's why Buddha says suffering is necessary. It is on some level. It's okay. I want to speed that up and accelerate that if I can, though. That's why I'm making videos. And there's some that I feel that's happening. So these videos are for you. Just introspect and see, where am I still stuck on that level? Am I still obsessing too much on physical, superficial level? And if you are, write it down. Write the ways that you do that so you're more aware. The more aware we are of something, the more power we have to transcend it. That's how it works. Consciousness. Consciousness. Be conscious of your unconsciousness, and then the unconsciousness will transmute and transform into consciousness. That's alchemy, beyond the alchemy. Have a good day.